Hey everyone, it's Agent Meat from Delta Tactical. In today's video, I'm going to take myself a fair way out of my comfort zone and run a lower armor and higher DPS build with the Umbra Initiative Gear Set. The way I've set this up, I've chosen to use the gunner specialization for a couple of reasons. One was to give myself a little bit of enhanced survivability with the 10% armor on kill. It also gives me a rate of fire boost of 5% on kill, and it does give me the riot foam grenade. So for a little bit of added survivability, a little bit of extra rate of fire, I've gone with gunner. In the range, I've tested it out with a number of different setups. I've run Technician with the Kingbreaker. I've run the Police M4, the FAMAS, and what you see that I'm holding right now, which is the Carbine 7 with the Gunner class and also the Sharpshooter class. Sharpshooter does give a slight bit more DPS, but it's very slight, and I lose that survivability that I need for me and my playstyle. So I've settled on the Gunner class, and I've settled on the Carbine 7 as my final weapon. For the secondary and your pistol, you can use what you wish. I've got the blue screen in there for no other reason other than I needed to rank up its proficiency. As far as the gear itself, it is very far from perfect. I'm going to go over the 4 pieces of Umbra that I have. You can see that I'm running a Memento backpack for some additional survivability, and I'm also running the Picaro's holster for a little bit more armor. For the gear set itself, for 2 pieces, you get 15% additional crit chance. For 3 pieces, you get 30% reload speed, and from 4 pieces, it's from the shadows into the light. While in cover, you gain 10 stacks per second up to 50. Each stack will give 1% critical damage increase and 0.3% RPM increase. The buff does not apply while shooting from cover. While out of cover, agents lose 2 stacks per second at normal speed and 1 stack per second if sprinting. While out of cover and in combat, gain 10 stacks per second up to 50. Each stack will give 0.8% armor regen when it is consumed. Stacks consume 10 stacks per second only in cover. The way you have to play this is in cover, out of cover. Out of cover, you want to be shooting, and shooting as many targets as you possibly can, and then you go back into cover to regenerate any health or armor that you've lost, and to rebuild the stacks that give you your RPM increase and your critical damage increase. For the gear pieces themselves, for the Umbra Initiative mask, it's at 11% weapon damage. I've optimized it as far as I could with the resources that I had, and it gives me plus 12%, or I've rolled 12% crit damage on here. I'm running the backpack. What that gives me is it increases max stacks from the shadows from 50 to 100 and stack gain from 10 to 20. This one is at 9.6% weapon damage. It is 6% crit chance, and I've got an 11.7 crit damage mod on here. I was moving some pieces around, and I just realized that I don't have the crit damage mod on here. The gloves that I'm running, I got very lucky with these. They have a max weapon damage roll, and I've rolled on 12% crit damage. The knee pads are at 11.5% weapon damage, and again, this case I've rolled on crit chance, and that was just to get my crit chance up around 50%. So I'm running the Memento bag, which gives me 15% weapon damage. It's got a max armor core and a skill tier, and it happens to be expertise 6, which is plus 6% armor. And I'm running an 11.4 crit damage mod on it. So what the Memento brings to the game is max weapon damage core. It gives you max armor and a skill tier. And its talent is kill confirmed. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So, on this build, it's a 5 red core build, 2 armor, and 1 skill. So, I'm getting 25% weapon damage per trophy, 20% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. And the skill efficiency will help with the striker drone that I have equipped. Skill efficiency is skill damage, skill haste, skill duration, skill health, repair skills, and status effects. And then for every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regeneration for 300 seconds. So those are the long-term buffs. So again, this is buffing both my weapon damage, my skill efficiency, which again is all of the stats I mentioned previously. So this is probably best in slot for PvE. Lastly is the Picaro's holster. It's got both a max armor core and max weapon damage at 15%. And with this one, again, it has rolled 6% crit chance. So that's the build itself. As far as the stats on this, I'm at 108,691 weapon damage. I'm at 58% crit chance. In this particular case, I'm probably going to tweak this slightly and take one of the crit chance rolls off and put crit damage back on, which will increase my total crit damage. I personally find that somewhere around 50% seems to be the sweet spot in terms of balancing between your crit chance and your crit damage. Obviously, you're going to crit more at 60%, but the loss of 6% crit chance and the gain of 12% crit damage seems to equate to more total damage output. I've got 75% headshot damage on here, 21% health damage. The weapon itself also gives me 10% damage to targets out of cover. For the armor itself, I'm at 1.1 million armor. I've got 111,000 armor on kill, no armor regeneration. And again, the rest of the stats you see here, the 50% pulse resistance is from the gunner specialization, and the 10% explosive, hazard, bleed, and blind deaf resistance are coming from my watch. I am running the Striker drone. It's a tier 1 drone. Damage output is not significant. It does do some, and it does help out. More than anything, I run it for its ability to draw aggro. In a lot of cases, running up against heavies, it does turn them away from me, which exposes their backpack, which should be fairly obvious how beneficial that can be. It's my preferred skill to run with most of my builds. The other skill that I'm running in this particular case is the Reviver Hive, because I'm still getting used to running this build, and I get dropped. In the video that you're going to see following this explanation of the build itself, I end up going down twice in that run. The total run took me about 20 minutes. Could it have been better? Absolutely. I make no apologies for my skill set. I'm in my late 50s at this point in my life. My reflexes, or my max reflexes, are fair ways behind me at this point. I don't pretend to be the best gamer on the planet. As you'll see in the stats at the other end, my accuracy was actually pretty decent. It was 51%. I did clear it on heroic solo, but it was not a perfect run, and I'm just going to let it run in its total. So again, fair warning, the gameplay footage that you're going to watch is 20 minutes long. So if you want to skip through or skip forward through it, feel free. I was looting as I went, which increased the amount of time it took to clear everything. As far as the weapons themselves, I'm running the Carbine 7. It's very stable, it's very forgiving, and it's easy to use. When I was doing my testing, all of the guns I was using were set up the same. They had max assault rifle damage, max health damage, 10% damage to targets out of cover, and they were all running Optimist, so it was as close to a fair test as I could get. In terms of the identical guns, I ran the FAMAS. I did run the Police M4. And again, you can see that they're all set up the same, and they are all at pretty close to the same expertise. The FAMAS is down 1% weapon damage, so it could have hit slightly harder. I found that I was hitting headshots more consistently with the Carbine 7. I just like the feel of the gun, so that's what I ended up running with. I also did test out the Kingbreaker using Technician class and the linked laser pointer, and just because it's not as forgiving a weapon, I was not able to hit the headshots that I want, and its DPS suffered for that. So, and also because I'm running Technician, I don't get the benefit of the armor on kill, so I chose not to use it. I wanted the survivability. And as far as the attachments I'm running on it, I'm running the C79 scope for crit chance. I'm running the large magazine. I'm running the laser pointer for 5% crit chance, and I'm running the muzzle brake for another 5% crit chance. And again, You can run any specialization class that you're comfortable with. This is just the way I chose to set this up.
We need you to secure the memorial and remove the True Sons forces. They maintain this outpost, and True Sons will be a direct threat to the campus.
Got a visual on additional hostiles in the memorial compound. They're moving south. There's a gate between you. It looks closed from here.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent down. Serious trauma detected.
All clear. I repeat, the compound is all clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter. True Sons have turned the memorial into a base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. I don't know what you're walking into.
DC-62 detected.
Heads up. Isaac just ID'd those shells as chemical weapons. Can't afford to let the True Sons escape with those. You gotta find a way to close up that tunnel. according to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs. We can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62. That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel was smart? Fuck you! You slot yourself in with us. I'll make sure you rot down here.
gonna head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial.
If you hadn't stopped them, I know they would have used those weapons on us, and we would have ended up like Castle. I can't tell you how relieved I am to have you on our side. Thank you.
Today, we dealt a great blow to the True Sons infrastructure. We confiscated a massive cache of chemical weapons and eliminated a stronghold near the campus. You should be proud. You saved a lot of lives today.
All right, we're back at the White House. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay footage. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. If you're already subscribed, please consider comment, a like, and a share. If you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.